Hi, this is the Goddess of Love, and this is the Goddess of Love channel. And we're having tea time with my daughter, Beyonce. And the topic of today is dating and boys. And when do women, us as women and young ladies, when is enough enough? So, I want to know, because I often also struggle with this concept. When is enough enough? When do us as women, when we're dating these boys and dating these men, when do we come to the crossroad between them playing games with us or doing things? When do we say, okay, enough is enough, I draw the line, it's over? Because a lot of young ladies take so much crap off of boys and men's that they just go on and on and on and drag it out for so long. And I wonder, with these women, when do you draw the line? When do you say enough is enough? You have violated me so many times in so many ways that I can't take it no more. And it's enough. What do you say, B?
I say when you feel incompetent as a woman.
When you feel incompetent as a woman, explain.
Yeah, it's like, when you wake up that one day and then you second guess yourself, like, am I even, worth it? Am I even that attractive? Why is he doing this? Girl, don't worry about why. Just know that he doing it and move on. Go talk to somebody else. Talk to a white man or something.
Why does it have to be like a white man? Why can't it just be like a man at all? How many men do you have to go through to find a good one? It's like you got to go through so many bad men before you get a good one. It's like, and then two, it's like us as women, we can see a good man, it's like the package, okay? We see a good man on the outside. He looks good for us, and our heart is telling us this is a man that's not as complicated. He's suited real good and everything, and he's a good package. And I know I should date this dude because of how he presents himself to me. But then I see this other dude who is kind of thuggish. He's rough around the edges. He's complicated. He got problems. I think I can fix him. Why do we go for the guy that we think we can fix, that is a roughneck or a thug, instead of going for the one that's already fixed up himself and groomed and less complicated? Why are we drawn to the so-called bad boys more than the good boys?
I can only respond to that as a metaphor. That's just like, you never seen happiness not a day in your life, true happiness. You only seen what love looked like on movies or Instagram posts. So you only see that love came from a bad man on social media or on the movies. The dude never really had his life together. He might have had the money together, but not himself. And so the female always came through and helped and fixed him, stayed down or whatnot, and stuff like that. And we generally are used to pushing away good things. We're so used to the negative that the negative is all we know how to respond to, never the positive. So that comes from how the person is raised and what their environment is like. You're so used to the negative, you're going to continue being around the negative. You love that negative. And if you're around the positive, you're going to continue growing and being around the positive because you're not going to settle for less. People that always had less is only going to settle for less.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, I think that it's about, to me, I don't know. I can't too much imagine the good guys. The good guys seem like they kind of like settle problems differently. Like I would want somebody like a thuggish person to be more of a protector to me in a sense. You know, it's like I want you to respect me a certain way in the house and out in the streets. Respect me like this. We got boundaries. We're gonna stay in these boundaries on the respect area. But I need somebody who's a protector. And it's like if I can see you handle yourself in that manner, then I can fix it to where, okay, hey, we're gonna, straighten it up to where you can handle it positively because I know you have the capability of being a protector for our potential family versus a good guy who may not be a good protector. I mean, he might just settle his differences by walking away or letting somebody walk over him because everybody, I mean, it's known that good guys get walked over. Good guys, they finish last, I'm like, and, for me, I mean, I liked bad guys because, I mean, thuggish guys, not bad guys, but thuggish guys because, I mean, I wanted somebody to protect. And I felt like they was the ones that protected me. And if I could just show them, hey, I don't want you to just pull out no gun and go trigger Tai Chi, but protect me in this way here, then hey, I know that. But I don't know. It's like kind of weird because I go into a relationship like, hey, I can fix him. But it's like now after I'm, almost 41, it's like I know now that it's a lot of work in thinking you can fix a dude because you really can't fix a dude unless he wants to be fixed. I mean, all the wishing and hoping and praying in the world is not gonna fix a dude. Your love is not gonna fix a dude. Future kids that you may have is not gonna fix a dude. I mean, you could be baby number 5 or 10. Unless he wants to fix himself, it's not gonna happen, So, and I heard Steve Harvey, he said once that unless he finds that right one, he would change for that right one. But I don't even think that. I think he would change for himself if in time, when he gets of age, then he will change for himself because he has to be able to find happiness within himself. Happiness comes from yourself. It don't come from someone that can make me happy. Right? Mm-hmm. Right. Okay, so so in the relationship, we get so caught up in the relationship that we become no longer girlfriends or wives, but we become detectives. So we get in detective mode. And it's like we stay in detective modes and we get this wall built around our heart. And then when we get out of that relationship, I want to know, like, we take that hurt and that pain to the next relationship. So, I don't think that's fair on the next dude to have that wall still built up. But we still have to, as women, guard ourselves because as I said earlier, we got to go through so many douchebags before we get to the right one. So, it's like, how long is enough where you can say, okay, I think I can let my guard down to let this person into my life and into my heart?
Well, when you see that he's trying to help you so he can help himself, he's not just letting, okay, yeah, I know that she got trust issues. Okay, that's it. Now he's like, okay, I know that she got trust issues, so I'm going to work around it, and I'm also try to fix that as I'm working around it. He's not being pushy like, well, I'm not your ex. He's like, yes, I understand, and I'm going to show you different instead of just telling you different. That's a big difference. I'm showing you different. Like, I'm showing you I'm not cheating because I'm comfortable with letting you have my phone.
Right.
He can even show you that he don't even need his phone. Unless that he's like, really busy and his work is predominantly around his phone. But other than that, you can't let your guard down. Because there's only like 1 out of 5 good people in this world. Everybody else pretty much out to get you unconsciously or consciously.
Right, right. And I mean, when you're in a relationship with someone, and they hurt you, I mean, we have to have a limit, ladies. I mean, we gotta say, you gotta draw a line and say, okay, you cross this line, that's it. I'm done. Everybody has to set boundaries. But I mean, if you find a man that's truly remorseful and is willing and in need of forgiveness and express the actions and not just the words of forgiveness. Even though we try to forgive, we never forget. The memories are still there, and the pain associated with those memories are still there. What do you think would be like the first step in forgiveness? Because we don't want to bring it back up. Like, hey, you did this, you did this, you did this. We want to forgive them and move on, but how do we truly make that first step in forgiveness?
Well, forgiveness is surrounded by peace. You have to make peace with it. Like, okay, he did it. It is what it is. It's up to him whether he's going to truly be remorseful or is he just going to act and try and do it again. And how that happens or how that works is more like, he stays out at night. And you never spoke up on it, but he comes home very late, later than usual. He'll change that and like, okay, so she feels uncomfortable with me staying out at night. She feels uncomfortable with me texting back late. Pick up your game, period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. If you really want somebody, you're going to make time for them. If you really want somebody, you're going to do not almost everything. You're going to compromise with that person. Our whole relationship is built around compromising. Like, if I know that being with your homeboys when you're not around makes you uncomfortable, I'm not going to be with them.
Right. Okay. So, I mean, my final notes on this is if you set boundaries for yourself, you have to have high standards for yourself. And you have to love yourself first. So if you're loving yourself and someone is not loving you as much as you're loving yourself, then it's time to go. Okay? And if someone puts you, number 2, on the back burner, it's time to go. I mean, it's no room for number 2. I mean, you're supposed to be like, God, universe, whoever, your kids, you. I mean, if you're not under that level and you're somebody else and then you, or you feel like you're way on the bottom of the list, it's time to go. Certain boundaries should not be crossed, like that person calling you out of your name, that person hitting you. Those first mistake ever should not be allowed. That's like, it's definitely time to bounce. And I mean, there's no, I'm sorry, I'm going to give you flowers and it'll never happen again. It's like, no, it's unacceptable, I'm out. And we need to first find happiness within ourselves, because no man, woman, or child is going to give you happiness. Happiness comes from within, and that's the peace that surpasses all understanding. So find happiness within yourself before you go and find it in any man or anybody else. Have a good one.